All right, welcome everybody to the show today. We have Tobias with us. Tobias, how do you say your last name?
Büxler.
Büxler.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Close enough.
Let me hold on. Let me shut the other YouTube volume off. Okay, great. Tobias is a coil builder. He's on IG. I'm going to pull up your page, Tobias, so people can see your work is just amazing. Also, we have Tom H and
Hello.
and our resident rocker, Mr. Swift. No relation to Taylor.
No
relation.
If she was my relative, I'd be asking her for some money right now because we're not making any in America. So,
would you if she was family? Just curious. If she was family,
I wouldn't let her date you. That would be my.
What about me?
Tom gets a pass.
I wasn't going to go there. I was going to say, if she was family, would you go to her concert? Would you go to a Taylor Swift concert if she was your cousin?
I think if it's family, you have to support family. So I would probably go, but I think I would probably just hang out backstage.
Yeah,
hang out with earplugs.
All right, this is Tobias's page, guys. I'm going to scroll through. Some of these coils are just amazing, man. On this, I want to just which is the one I wanted to ask you a question on. Where is that one? The one that I posted on the Facebook page.
Oh gosh, okay, I don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna find it here, but
in the comments here.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. I just
split up. Good Lord,
I just saw a picture with text in it.
Yeah, it looks like a heart, John. Sort of, kind of like a heart.
Yeah, it's the one that's got the heart.
Yeah. That's way down there.
Yeah,
way down, like probably 3 months or 4 months or so. I know exactly what you mean. This hybrid thingy.
Beautiful coil. What from start to finish? How long did that take you to make?
I just think of it. I did it before a half year or maybe 1 year. I made too much, like really too much. Probably 4 hours, 4.5.
4.5 hours.
With the prep work, bending, installing, all sorts of stuff.
Let me see if I can pull that. I think I got it. That thing. Oh wait, wrong page.
He's fired. We're firing our host because
we have to.
He just took himself out of the call, I think.
There he goes. No,
something
happened here. Hold on. Let me see if I get that back.
It was me.
That's how old people say that they fucked up. Something happened.
There it is. That one right there. That is just a beautiful coil, man.
That one.
Yes.
That one. That took me only 3 hours or so.
3 hours.
I thought you meant the real hard thing. Like I did something that looks like real hard with 2 stovetops on the side. It was pretty big in M-Turk or something.
Yeah. What RDA is that's sitting on? Do you remember?
That's the Synapse. I hope I pronounced that right. RDA by Neuron Mods. It's pretty nice RDA. It has postless stack.
Oh, okay.
So for stovetops, it's perfect, and that was in a build competition, so it went good for me with this RDA for sure.
Yeah, that is just beautiful.
Is that also a coil down there at the bottom, by the base of the deck?
That's what it looks like.
That was only for me. It was just boring to have nothing underneath there, so I made a quick clap fuse with micro ends and full fuse that.
Yeah, just
so
a quick
one. I put
one.
it in as a ring. Yeah, that quick one. It took me about 15 minutes or so.
Wow, that'd take me 7 days.
It takes me 15 minutes to make a fuse clapped in, and he's making stuff like that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I have kind of like a Dremel. I use a nail drill, like those Asian guys that makes your nails pretty.
Yeah.
That goes up to 40,000 RPMs, and I have my power drill with 8,000 RPMs. So everything like aliens, I fuse with my power drill, but when it comes to decos and claptons, I quick fuse them with 30K, 35K RPM. So that's why I only take 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's
Otherwise,
the
I
thing.
would take 1 hour for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with coil building is getting that rhythm down at the certain drill speeds. And once you, like for me, when I'm doing the fuse claptons, yeah, I can sit there and just go and just go real quick, but I'm not going to get a nice tight fuse clapton. I'm not going to get a good wrap around my 2 wires. So so for me, and I tell everybody, it's just getting the rhythm, the timing down, the tension with your finger, and your drill speed. I mean, that coil is just beautiful, beautiful. And you belong to you belong to a coil team, correct? On IG.
Yeah.
You want to plug them? You could plug them.
Recore Fusion Inc. I just got a message from them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's just right now. Maybe they're texting about the live stream because Brian told me about it.
Yeah, this is our other host, Brian. This is Tobias, Brian.
What up?
Yeah, we have. I need all the help I can get. So these guys are the best to have with me because I make a lot of punctuation mistakes and errors, all kinds of stuff. So these guys fix me. Tim,
we call you on each and every one of them, old man.
I know you can keep me in check. Yeah, I think I have their page right here, Tobias. Hold on, I'll share it so people can see your team page, and that's it right there. Yeah, and I will put a link to their IG page and their page on the in the chat so people can find your guys' work. And I'm telling you guys,
that's sweet.
If you guys want to follow somebody that's just making some beautiful coils, and you're on IG, that's the guy to follow, man. For me as a photographer, I got a couple questions for you. Are you doing your pictures yourself, or look at that smile? Yeah, you're nailing it. You are nailing the lighting. You're nailing everything on yours. Are you using a softbox or?
That's why I laughing. No one understand it. I use my phone for picture making.
Wow.
So I have a Samsung Galaxy S5 Neo. So a pretty old model. It costs around $100 or so to get it brand new.
A freaking
and
Neo.
I use my Balcony. My Balcony is the key point. Like I tried some backgrounds out, and the problem with phones is when your background is lighter than your RDA and your coil, then it gets over darkened. When your background is too black, it gets overlightened, and my colors from my color shots completely away. So I have like this marble stone that has a mid-gray tone with a lot of flakes in it. And I use the sunlight for my lighting, but the sunlight itself would be too shiny. So the wires itself would reflect back. So I use cloudy weather. Cloudy weather I shoot every time because my clouds are like the filtering of the sunlight to get a matte finish. And then I edit it with Snapseed. And with Pixel, I put the watermarks on it.
You're killing
it. That's it.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me. That is just insane that you're getting those images. It's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing,
especially the macros on them is just incredible. The detail is incredible.
That's insane. And your colors, your colors are spot on.
Quite good.
Yeah, your colors
sometimes that fucks me up the most.
Maybe I need to move to Germany. Color. Yeah. Maybe I need to move to Germany. Sure. I need to move to Germany maybe and get your clouds so I can take my pictures.
I can show you one day. Take your time on Instagram. I'll show you how I make it so you don't need a softbox or DSLR. I mean, DSLR have greater pictures for sure. Like the pictures from my Coil team is cray.
Yeah. I'm using $2,000-$3,000 cameras, and you're using a cell phone, and you're killing me.
I don't have money for that shit. Like before 1.5 years, I started building while standing. Before that, I was sitting on the ground on my balcony and put my work stuff there, and I was just kneeling in front of my desk, working with 300 RPMs or so until I got my first power drill.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And do you have a market for your coils there in Germany? Are you selling your coils
N- Not
yet?
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I was planning that before 2 years,
Yeah.
but due to my situation with my school, I
Yeah.
make a social job. Like I would say, my dream job is a child home keeper, like a kindergartner, but for people that are 12 years old to 18.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you don't get any money from them, so I have to go to the job center. They gave me some money, and they don't allow me to make business with it because they don't
Oh,
understand how self-made coils are made. They only
yeah.
know sub-ohm tanks.
Sub-ohm tank. Yeah. Is that pretty much the market over there is the sub-ohm tanks right now?
For the beginners, yeah. But when it comes to my vape friends, I didn't saw any sub-ohm tanks the past 2 years, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. You guys got throw some questions to Tobias?
Well, my question would be are you kind of balancing what you do with selling standard coils and then doing the art piece of it? So obviously I mean some of those complex coils really aren't vapable coils, right?
Yeah, for
I'm asking
sure.
yeah, I'm asking this question for people watching because uh, the group that we have is sort of a balance, right? You've got people that are just starting, and then you've got people that are intermediate to advanced. And so the advanced people kind of understand that as beautiful as some of those coils are, you don't really vape
Yeah.
on those. You're just using regular coils. So, but is that the angle of the coil team is to create art and then marry that with just selling regular coils, or do you guys just not sell coils? You just make them for yourself?
Um, I did sell some coils on IG just for some people here and there.
Yeah.
Like they asked me, and I stopped at some point because the people came by saying, "I want a coil with 3 millimeter inner diameter. I want a coil with 0.688 ohms for that RDA, powering out with 88 watts, good, having good flavor
Oh,
clouds." And I was like, dude, I sitting here, you paying €6 to me for that coil. I need at least 10 tries to get the perfect coil to work everything of your details.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I stopped basically that. When someone wants some coils from me, I have my basic Aeons 3 core, 4 core, 5 core with different wattages. I can make some SFC, some basic, but I really much stopped at the moment and only do artful coils. I changed to art coils when I got to that point where basic coils, I call them basic coils because they're basic, quick to make. And I switched over because it got boring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, I tried to make coils with coils. Like I fused with Aeons, I fused with SFCs, and I
Right.
fused with that and so on.
Yeah.
Question number two.
Go ahead, Tim.
So what? I mean, obviously you vape, so that's a redundant question. But what was the catalyst for you deciding to do coil art? Were you doing other types of art before that, and then that just translated to
Um,
coils?
I did a lot of art. Do you know the Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door game from the Nintendo GameCube back in the days?
I don't, but I could Google it real quick. Go ahead.
Ah, I loved that game so much, so I started making a comic out of it. I tried to make a comic about 480 pages. So it was a comic draw. From that, I started making graffiti, like in that other art perspective. And then after that, it got boring. I got into coil building, and so I really much translate the art from that to another piece. Like I always have one hobby in my arsenal that's about art
Right.
every time.
That's cool. I always wondered what, because I mean, in America, we have lots of coil builders. I mean, there's plenty of
Yeah,
companies
for
out
sure.
there
Yeah.
that make coils. And then there are those who get into the art side of it. I don't, me personally, I don't know if I have the patience for something like that, but I don't have that natural eye. So I'm impressed with what you do because it's It's amazing. I should grab it. I'll be right back. I'll show you some. This is why I'm interested in it. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, Brian, bring him in. Brian, if you have another guest you want to bring in, that's fine. Your buddy.
And
Do you
now
need the
we're
link?
waiting.
You need your link?
Not yet. I'm waiting for him to reply.
So Tobias, what is your go-to coils that you use every day? What is your standard one?
It really depends on the motto I'm vaping. Like before 1 year, I started only vaping triple stack.
Yeah.
So I use just a 12 rep Clapton around 4mm inner diameter, about 0.95 ohms. It comes out at probably 110, 120 watts.
Yeah.
7 to 8 amps.
Wow.
And on my comp life, I'm vaping fused Claptons, 10 reps, 0.6 ohms, also 120 watts.
Yeah.
And on single battery max, I mostly vape my 2.5mm inner diameter 4 rep dual coil 5 core A, and it ohms out at 0.05 with 240 watts.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's spicy. Wow.
Yeah. That's a serious vape.
Yeah. I'm thinking he might go after that trophy of yours, John.
He might. Yeah. He might get the Cloud Comp champion trophy right there. Yeah. No, go ahead, Tim.
All right. So one day I went into Starbucks to get a coffee, and there was this old guy sitting at a table, and he was just talking to everybody around him, and I could see him doing something, and I couldn't quite figure out what he was doing. But after a while, he had a bunch of wire hangers that you hang your clothes on, and I could see that he was bending wire and playing around. So he said, "Do you want me to make something for you?" And I said, "Yeah, go ahead." So this is going to be really hard to see, but just so you understand, this was made with a pair of pliers and a wire coat hanger. But I don't know if you guys can see this, but
wow.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah, but look at the
That's
detail.
insane. That's insane.
Oh man, because I'm on my cell phone right now, that's why my screen is shaking sometimes.
Yeah. No.
Send me IG picture of it. That
Yeah,
would be
I will.
awesome.
Yeah,
Like, from all angles.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll take some good pictures of it. But I mean, this is one continuous piece of wire.
That is
and
insane.
That's crazy.
It's got the pistons for the motor in there. There's two pistons. One, two.
I hope you bought the guy a cup of coffee at least, Tim.
No,
And a stone.
I paid him. I gave him money for doing that. But
yeah, that's amazing.
He didn't even say what he was going to make. So we were just talking, and he's just. I mean, it was like, just twist and twist. And I went, "Are you kidding me? He just made a freaking motorcycle out of a piece of a wire hanger." So I have a whole new respect for people that can work with wire. But I'll send you some good pictures.
That's crazy.
And Tobias,
that's another type of skill, man.
You want to show everybody that?
Crazy.
You want to show everybody that alien? Can you show everybody that, or?
Wait, I hold it. Then I can't put my controllers in my Switch again because I forget that.
Brian, check this out.
Man.
This is insane, dude.
I hope you can. Oh no! I dropped my RTA. Typical German fake compilation.
You could. It's okay. You could cuss in German. Nobody would understand you.
No problem. I try to keep my English up.
Look at that.
So wait a sec. Here.
Yeah, right there.
And wait. It also has a tail.
It has. I know. It's insane, dude. I want that on my RDA. And it vapes. Look, it's got cotton in there.
Oh,
that's
shit,
amazing.
wait.
That's awesome.
That is incredible.
I mean, that's
like you can see a better picture on my IG. It was maybe the 13th picture from now.
It was
I made two pictures only.
It's down at the very bottom. I'll look for it. You guys got questions for Tobias? And I'll look for that.
Brian,
it's
you got
easy
anything?
to find.
Well, mine mainly concerns with So like a lot of the pictures that people take on Instagram with coils and stuff and how well they look. Sometimes I've seen that they actually make coils that aren't actually vapable, which is more considered an art form than it is for usage. Do you find yourself doing kind of one or the other or both?
I'm more into the art form. Like, I don't care if it's out of the deck or triple the size of my RDA stack, or it's even a top cap itself, so big it is.
Yeah.
I'm more frustrated about the people commenting under the pictures. Is it vapable? Where do you put the cotton? I'm like, dude, you're seeing the coil is triple the size of the RDA. What kind of question is that? Even someone asked if this alien is vapable.
Yeah.
That was my first alien head that I ever made.
That's insane.
That was my first alien, and that right here is the upgraded second one.
That looks like a layer cake RDA.
It is. Yeah. It's the 5.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my RDA. I have that one.
I got that one too, somewhere. I should probably use it more.
It's a good vape. It's real small, but
Yeah.
it vapes really, really well.
I hate the layer cake.
Yeah, it didn't get very good reviews.
No, it didn't.
I mean, from the look wise, since this day, the layer cake for me is the most beautiful RDA. But what pisses me off the most, I put always my vape in my pocket.
Yeah.
And every time when my pocket comes a little too close to the top cap, it opens itself up because the O-rings came too loose because of the juice.
Yep.
And also this nice looking beauty ring where all the juice is collected underneath.
Yep.
When it spins in your pocket, you get stiffs all over the place. And it got hot with really small, I make small fucking aliens, and it even then got hot with 80 watts. And I was like, dude, you can't call that a cloud chaser when it can't handle 80 watts.
No.
Never ever. Call it a cloud chaser at 150, 200, but not 80.
No. Yeah, it's too hot for that. You can't even put your lips on it after like 2 pulls. It's just you'll burn your lips every damn time.
Even the trip tip was beautiful, but the small plastic piece.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing I noticed with some people on Instagram is that they do the art form, like yourself, and it takes a whole lot of skill and a lot of patience to do that. But then you have people who do kind of ask, like, is it vapable? I'm like, well, you have to really look at it before you even ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's triggered me the most is the people that came by and say then, that's a loss of resources. You take some stainless steel, make some trash out of it. And I'm like, dude, when you paint a picture and put it on your wall, did that make sense to paint the picture? It doesn't give you anything in life. It doesn't make your day better. You just do it because of fun. And and I'm like, I'm the same guy, just with wire.
Yep. That stovetop's beautiful right there.
Yeah.
That is just.
Yeah. I think that was almost the first build I ever did like this. It came out, the only idea behind this coil was I suck at bending wires with ribbon in it. When it has a staple in it, I can't wrap it perfectly. It tries to flip over to this side, and then it's completely crashed. So I started putting them together like a bridge kind of thing. So I didn't have to bend it, but still looks perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful RDA.
How long did it take to get the color in that like that?
The color's the tricky
5
part.
seconds or so.
Yeah. If you use very,
5 to
very
7
low,
seconds.
Yeah. If you use very, very low wattage, you can get the colors like that.
Yeah.
I can't use low wattage. I only have Mac mods. I put it on my Mac.
You do the quick burn.
Oh,
The quick 2-3 second pull. Just boom. Yeah, I've done those before.
Oh no, sometimes I push through for 1 minute. It depends on the coil.
Oh,
The newest coil build I put up, it took me a stack tube and almost 35 seconds to get even some golds in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why. Sometimes the coil behaves really quick, sometimes not.
Yeah. I'm just looking at your work. It's just
I know some people in
Especially,
town here who build, and what they do is they build really complicated coils like that. And then they use really low wattage to get different colors and textures in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to do like with my fused Claptons. I would start at like 10 watts, boom, then 20, then boom, then 25, then boom, and then start getting my color in. And then when I start seeing my blues, my purples, my gold, my reds, then I stop. Just a real slow.
I know that RDA, Bushido.
Oh gosh, wait,
No.
that's the Truga.
Truga?
The Druga.
The Truga RDA.
Yeah.
By
The Druga.
Orkwave, I
Yep.
think.
Yep.
Yeah,
we have a
awkward.
question in chat.
Okay.
How many wraps of 24 or 26 gauge of dual coil Canthal should I do for cloud production?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, you guys, he doesn't know gauges. He does. It's millimeters.
no, I know it's 0.4 millimeter, but right off the head, I don't know which mod he has. I don't know which RDA he has, what kind of deck he has,
Yeah.
or even if heat is a problem, like when the RDA heats up too quickly due to aluminum thin walls.
Yeah.
Like how I do my coils, I just make 3 to 4 reps more to just be safe. And then when I don't like the wave, I install them out, take 1 rep off, and continues until I like it.
Yeah,
Especially with
work your way
my
down.
high stack. I mean, wait, I vape shit like this all the time. Wait, it
Yeah,
doesn't
stack.
come into picture. Yeah,
Yeah.
like triple stack. And then it's really like a question of, do you have the space in your RDA? Do you have the right ohms to be even vapable?
Hey, he's using the Dead Rabbit version 2 with the Aegis Legend and a X pre. So
Wait, the Aegis is a regulated device, isn't it?
Yep.
yes, it is regulated device.
Yeah, then he can use any kind of coil for cloud production.
Yeah. With the 24
Like
gauge,
when it,
yeah, I like to stay. I like to stay at that 0.15, 0.18
Yep.
with the 24 gauge. That's always been a good.
Same for 26 too. I found that those are the sweet spots for me.
yeah, I mean,
know.
the thing with regulated devices instead of Mac mods is ohms doesn't really care at that point. Like when you want more cloud, you just put the wattage up.
Mhm.
Like to have a 0.1 ohm or a 0.2 ohm build, it doesn't make sense because you can just put 200 watts on your display and then it makes it.
Mhm.
With Mac, that's kind of difficult topic because you can't just put 200 watts on something that produces 80.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're,
right.
you're dealing with a standard of like 3.7 volts roughly versus
Like he
4.2
can make a
amps.
10 rep or 5 rep. Doesn't make
Mhm.
any difference. Literally,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
just
you
put more wattage on it and you have more cloud.
yeah.
In my opinion, like it's just my opinion. It's not a rule.
Yeah, with mechs, you know, like we tell a lot of the people in our group, you know, it's you build around your batteries. So
Yep.
go find out what your batteries. We have Mooch. I don't know if you know who Mooch is. Battery Mooch.
I
You
heard
probably
his
heard of-
name a lot of times.
Yeah, and he posts all the true amperages and ohms for the batteries. So we'd like to tell everybody, go find out what the battery's true numbers are and build to that battery.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
if you're
just
using a
use
Mac.
when you have 18650 mod, just use Sony VTC5A. Like I run 0.05 ohm coils on it, and some people come by, oh man, that's too dangerous, that's too high ampage, and I'm like, that's 71 amps, and the battery itself from a factory, they say they can handle 120 amps for 3.1 seconds straight. And I'm 50 amps below the highest value.
Right.
So I could pull 16 seconds straight on it, but we only use like maximum of 4 seconds. Who waits
Yeah.
always 4 seconds pulls? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you completely safe.
Yeah.
Even when the battery gets warm a little bit, when you use the batteries in RC cars, you know what an RC car is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like this model cars, when you use it with 18650s and you have an empty battery, it's hot as fuck. You can't touch the battery, so hot is it. And to get you vape, especially a Mac mod, to that point where you can't hold it in your hand anymore, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So you stay completely safe, even with this heat problem.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the one thing that we try to get people to understand, because this leads to my question, right? Because there may be some distinct differences. So I mean, I'm sure you watch the news or you know what's going on in the world.
Yeah. It sucks.
So what is what's the vape environment like for you in Germany? Are you guys subject to the government? Are they trying to take it away, or is it just
not really?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, EU wide. God, I hate pronounce letters in English. So we have some rules like only 10 mLs can have some nicotine in it. So our bunker base of 48 milligrams is gone. Only 20 milligrams is allowed. And the big problem, especially for me, all the jobs in Germany, maybe some small groups have high-end mods like Purge, Complex, Sublimation, Rigmod, and all the American brands that I love. Other people have only Wismac and stuff. The problem with that is when Wismac or Complex brings out a product, the company in Germany has to go a half year testing about that mod until it can be in the shops.
Oh, wow.
So we always way behind. So the only option for us customers is to pay directly from the USA, let it ship to us, because then it's legal, but the shop makes minus.
Yeah.
Like that's the main problem when it comes to vaping in Germany. When it comes to the public itself, we have the people that accept it and they think like, okay, it's safer, and they just tolerate it. They doesn't say it's right, and they just tolerate it. And then we have the extreme people, like the soldiers. They came by your cloud like this.
Yeah.
Then the
Really?
super soldiers, they're half crawling on the ground underneath your coils. Then the ninjas with their cape. And then the super soldiers with the baby and the jacket. They put the baby underneath the jacket and then walk by like this. This is like vaping on a train station. Like, I'm that kind of vape guy. I don't want to show people I can make big clouds. I just go right to the end of the station where no one is near 20-meter mark. And then the German train security comes by and say, you have to go to the smokers lounge right there. And I'm like, dude, that's a painted square on the ground. Do you think the harmful shit going out that square is not harmful anymore or something? Like,
yeah.
In my point, why do I have to stress out hundreds of people because my cloud is almost running down the train station for 30 meters, stretching out, instead of me standing right at the end and harming no one in their intentions?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Since this day, I don't get it, but I still do it.
They did that to me. I was at a baseball game, just right when this is, I don't know, 10 years ago. And they banned smoking in the stadium, but you had to go to these little sections and there was just tape on the ground.
Yep.
You know, and it was just a little section. And I was standing.
It was a magic square.
Yeah, it was full. So I was standing on the other side of the yellow line. I'm like, there's not enough room for me here, you know? So I'm vaping. All of a sudden, I was smoking. I was smoking at the time. And she comes up to me. She goes, you need to get on the other side of the yellow line. I was looking at her like, are you really serious? I mean, fuck, look around. And we're outdoors. I go, the smoke is not going to stay inside the confines of that yellow square.
Yeah. Especially you go in this yellow no-no square and then you found out that yellow no-no square is the inspiration of cancer.
Yeah.
You go in, you go out with cancer, like a little souvenir.
I never got it. I mean, when I was in Amsterdam, I thought it was funny. I got off the flight, and who was smoking because we're all rushing out of the airplane to get to go have a cigarette because most of us were 10 hours on that flight.
Yeah.
And I thought when I was in Amsterdam I could smoke anywhere, but you can't. Still there, you have to. The only spots that they had at the airport were called cafes, so you could smoke in the cafes, but you had to stay in the cafe. But the whole airport smelled like cigarettes. So I was just like, this is stupid. Why do I have to go here when I could smell cigarettes through the whole airport?
Especially like when the people are saying, I mean, maybe every one of us has that problem. People came by and say our vape smells bad, and I'm like, what do you have against apple pie?
Yeah,
right.
Like literally, your shit smells like cancer and HIV.
Yeah.
I mean, and I vaping here some strawberry donut, and you telling me my shit smells bad? Are you serious?
What's funny is not even 5 years ago, I'm going to say 3 or 4 years ago, before all the nonsense with vaping, I used to have people approach me and tell me how wonderful my vape smelled. They're like,
oh yeah, I had that sometimes too.
Yeah,
especially with the sweet grandmas.
Yeah, and now people are like, "Oh, could you go over there? That's going to kill me." But I'm thinking to myself, or that smells horrible.
Well, they're choking on a cigarette. They're like, "Yeah, your vape is going to kill me."
Yeah,
it's like,
Now, in Germany, do you have e-juice regulations as well, as far as how much you can purchase as e-juice, and do you have nicotine levels as well, like in England? Or?
Yeah. Nicotine level 20 milligrams on 10 ml. Everything over 10 ml has to be 0 milligram nicotine.
Oh, so if it's more than 10 milligrams of nicotine, so a 15 ml bottle, you couldn't have nic in it.
No. Wow. But I know maybe it was in England or in France. You're not allowed to have any sort of tank or RTA above 4.5 milliliters or something. Anything like that, I heard from that law before 2 years or so I a little bit forgot it, but I was like, dude, what kind of logic is that?
Yeah.
Like, I have my 200 ml bottle right here. If my tank has 10 ml or 5 ml, I still have my 200 right here.
Yeah, you still have it. I think England is I might be wrong, but I think it's 2 milliliters or
for tank size.
Yeah, tank.
Yeah, man. I mean, just by an RDA. Even the RDA has 4 milliliters to 6, 7 or something.
Yeah, they stick
CBD tank.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting question, though. So if the tanks are regulated to only hold a certain amount of juice, can in Germany, can you guys get away with using squonk devices that hold like 8 mLs in the mod?
In Germany, everything is fine. Like, you can have 80 milliliters tank if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no TPD in Germany.
No
TPD. Okay.
It is a TPD in Germany, but with slightly different laws.
Okay.
So you can have that big old tank that Tim's got. What do you got? What is it? The
Aromomizer Titan?
That fat one with 80 milliliters. It is 80, I think something like that.
Well, the standard size glass holds, I believe, 18 mil, but you can put the really tall one in there, and it's like 28 mil. So it's like you got 100 mil bottle. That's like over a fourth of the bottle.
I even know what one aromawizer that has a glass thing like this big. And
that's the Titan. Yeah, that's the Titan.
I know of one RDA that puts definitely over 50 in it. That's like this kind of RDA. You have to switch your cotton before you have to trip again.
I think with the Aromomizer setups, you can get the stacked chimneys, and you can it's kind of like you keep screwing them in, and it makes it like that tall, and then they have this huge piece of glass. But I mean, gonna walk around town with something like that. Like that's okay for the house, but you're not gonna walk around with something like that. It's almost ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you go out of your house, you have your separate pair of batteries with you, but you don't take any e-juice with you because
You
this
got
tank
20
will not be empty until
Exactly.
1 week.
It's practical,
Coil will
but
die before the juice.
yeah. How is the how's the vape shops there? You guys have vape shops that you guys
It's
can go in?
boring.
They're boring.
It's boring.
Boring, huh?
Like for me, that's boring. When they have Mac mods, they have like maybe a VGOT mod. Like I don't see any kind of stuff that interests me at all. Maybe some e-juices or my nicotine shots. That's it. I mean, I have my friends there, and some shops are stylish, but for me, they have nothing that I'm interested in.
Yeah. And as far as the e-juice manufacturers, you guys have a pretty good selection of juices to buy there, or are you limited to?
Yeah, for sure, from all over the world,
all over the
America,
world.
Russian, Italian juice, everywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I even one time saw this most expensive juice. Maybe it costs 42 grand. You know that juice, 30 ml glass bottle with this pin. It tastes like strawberry marmalade.
No,
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I did see over here one company had a vape juice that was like $300 a bottle.
Wow.
I saw that, but they said I don't know. I'll have to send you guys.
They poured it through their beard into the bottle, like infused with the finest hair oil.
Yeah, it probably is beard oil.
Yeah, and then they store it in old oak barrels from some winery.
Yeah. and then they made this special finesse type of glass made of the testicle hairs, you know.
Testicle hair.
Well, like this weird special stuff. This weird special stuff.
Yeah, there was one company that used to put their e-juice in barrels, in bourbon barrels. Used bourbon barrels, and it was
Five Ponds.
I don't know if it was it was a different company. I don't know if Five Ponds, they might do that as well, but it was a company and they were a whiskey name. I forget the name of them, but they used to make their e-juice and then they would put them in these old whiskey barrels, oak whiskey barrels, and they'd infuse the e-juice with that whiskey flavor into the e-juice. And I heard it was really damn good.
That I would try.
Oh, man.
I think they're gone. I don't remember who they were, but
no surprise.
Yeah,
the only e-juice I would pay over $50 would be. I know that's a kind of strange topic for America because a lot of shit happened because of that. But THC liquid, when done right, and not with vitamin E.
Yeah, when done right.
Then it's like just use some shit vodka in a pot. And use some peas in there, and then cooking out the alcohol using the vodka for PG, and then you have it. That's it. Why using vitamin E and killing people? Oh, vaping does kill people.
Yeah.
Even in Germany, like let's say 3 persons a day came to me. People dying of this in America, and I'm like, are you serious? Like in 8 years of vaping. In 1 week, dying 16 people in America in a range of 8 yards or something. No, not yards, kilometers, miles.
Miles.
Like in a small town, all due to the same reason. Is that not obvious? That's not vaping.
That's logic.
Is it not obvious? They don't have. When it comes to vaping, they don't have logic. When I try to tell them, even when you don't vape, you consume the same shit that my lungs consume every day. They don't understand it. They don't understand it.
The sad thing is, those people that died first from all that were in my state.
Yeah, in Wisconsin.
Oh no,
retards. Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
and then when they find the e-juice maker, everything stopped. No one died.
Yeah. And they realized it wasn't legitimate e-juice sold from a manufacturer or a vape shop, but actually some stupid idiot off the street It is just a battle. We're just going through battle after battle after battle, and now our
I don't
situation.
understand it. I
Yeah,
literally
our
don't. It's all
situation.
about the money for sure.
Money. It's money.
100%.
Well, I don't know if
mean,
you heard about Australia. You heard about Australia that's going on in
yeah,
Australia.
you
That's
told me, and that's completely nuts. I mean,
yeah.
to make a fair point for Australia, they against cigarettes and also vaping. So that's like a little bit different instead of America. America is always only against vaping. So
Mhm.
it's a little bit more balanced between.
Yeah.
Like they piss on the legs of both parts, you know.
Yeah.
But still sucks.
Yep.
For sure.
One of the e-liquids that you're talking about before with the oak barrels, one is called by the steam company. It's called the Gentleman's Reserve. They put it in oak barrels where it's aged and steeped for 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
That name alone just sounds way too fancy for all of us.
What is it? How much
The
is it?
gentleman sack hair.
Yeah.
They've got it on their website by our
You'll
steam company
grow-
for like 22.
Yeah, you'll grow hair on your chest by vaping this juice.
It's 22 for a 30 mil.
Just
Got it.
imagine you take one hit and you get a beard like me.
That's
Wow,
good juice.
maybe I should order 2.
So Tobias,
already-
what is your what's your favorite e-juice right now that you've been vaping the most out? Right.
Oh, I love Kapka's e-juice, like all sorts of juices from them. Like especially the Fawn one, like they the first line they made were from the weapons from Destiny. Like Fawn, super good advice, Mythoclast, Icebreaker, all sorts of that. And my all-day favorite since 2.5 years is Fawn. It is green tea with blueberries, dragon fruit, and cooling. Like,
Wow.
but really the cooling, not like Dr. Frost and stuff like that. Like the real cooling where you get freezes when you try to drink water after that. I even vape something right now. It's Mythoclast. It's with mango and coconut, also with the hardcore cooling. So I'm into that.
Yeah.
I mean, wait.
I think menthol.
Can I switch? Oh no! Can I switch my cam from the front side to the back side on my phone?
I
should be able to.
Yeah.
Just touch your screen and it should.
Oh shit! No.
You should be able to just touch.
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
it
it works within the app.
I make it like that for you. That's easy. I just turn my phone. Like this is all the juice, especially aroma bottles, because I'm mixing myself, all from Kapka's last year.
Great.
See, now you just got to clean all that up.
Yeah.
It only takes me 2 minutes to clean up, but I try to save them up for a little project.
Yeah. And one of the things that I've noticed, with the European countries and stuff, you guys are really big with American-made products. I mean, that's still pretty prevalent there. I mean, if it's a U.S. mod maker, you're more likely.
Especially because
the quality. Is it the quality?
It's more special.
Yeah.
I mean, in kind of Mac mods, at a certain point, you can't make any mistake. Like when I have mods right here that cost $2,000. I have mods that cost $40. Like I don't feel any difference hit-wise between a VGOT mod and a Comp Life mod.
Yeah.
Not any. It's just for me about the looks, the design, and there the Americans are top-notch. Especially like when it comes to Germany, when there's a mod, it's mostly likely out of stainless steel, and I like copper and
brass.
How's that other one? Brass.
Yeah.
I always forget that word. Sorry.
Oh yeah, TVL's pretty big over there, I think too. Or isn't TVL pretty prevalent out there?
I didn't saw anyone walking around with a mod from them. I'm interested in them, but I don't know. Can they be triple stacked? When then I would buy one.
They can be double stacked.
Double stacked. Yeah, they don't have a triple stack TVL.
So you can't just buy
well-
the stacking tubes.
Oh, you know what? You can. You can. Yeah.
The Plan B ones you can.
Yeah. The Plan B. Yeah.
It just depends on how it looks like. The last I right now I have still my project with my comp life tube. I started before 1.5 year triple stacking my sub-ohm innovation. You know sub-ohm innovation.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Sub-Zero X, it is stackable when you make your sleeves. That I made that of US military paracords. Because then the main piece doesn't touch anymore, and then you have to use coin pieces made out of copper to get the connection between the RDA and the battery. Then it works. That was my first triple stack that I built together, and then I switched to Perch. Now I'm at Comp Life, and I still need the third stacking tube, and then the zero coding that costs me $600 incomplete. Then I'm done. Then firstly I'm done. Never ever.
Yeah. Sure.
But I
Sure.
need it. I mean, you know the prices, but I needed that Predator in titanium. I needed it so much.
So if somebody ships you something, now you can't receive liquid in certain amounts, but for mods and RDAs and stuff, all that stuff's okay.
Yeah. Also, that depends. Like sometimes my import duty sucks, and they just say it's illegal, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we get them away again, and then the taxes come in. Like when the taxes come in, especially with a high-priced mod, it sucks.
Yeah. Now you got to tell these companies to put a receipt in there, and then the receipt, just have them put $20.
Even
Right?
then, sometimes it doesn't work. Even then,
That's a $20 mod.
Maybe I won like 3 build-offs right now, and then when I received the prizes, most of the time, even it was for completely free, and I told them it was a gift from a friend. They told me, "Yeah, that's unacceptable. Every gift over $20 has to be taxes on it." And I'm like, "The fuck?"
Yeah.
Like Germany goes big time when it comes to taxes, and then
That
they
sounds
use it for
familiar.
shit like.
Well,
I
that's
don't
the
know
same.
how Texas in America is, but
They
in Germany it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
They suck.
Especially how the taxes are used.
Yeah.
It depends on what
Most of
state
the
you're in.
country. Yeah, most of the countries are that way. Canada, you pay a tax if you have something brought in. England, you pay a tax. Italy's the same thing. It's so. How about my question? How about the Italian mod makers?
I love one guy so much. You have to check him out. His name is Negos Mod and Son. Also Negus, then
Negus?
Mod and Son.
And son.
Negus Mod and Son. I love him. He handmade mods, and you have to check out the Indra. Indra. The Indra is such a beautiful mod. I had it. Handmade it only costed me 230 hours, yeah, for sure. 230 euros on the Hall of Vape, like this big vape event in Stuttgart. And gosh, he showed me the video how he handmade filled the resin in there to get the colors and polish it by hand. It was awesome. The only downside for me to sell that mod was it is not stackable.
Oh, it's not stackable. Brian, did you find that mod? Did you find a picture of that mod, or?
I think Tim's
the
looking.
Indra is so beautiful. I love it. Even the package is handmade, hand-carved wooden box with some serrations in it, like a tree leaf pattern.
Oh, okay.
Everything is handmade. It's so crazy. When it comes to Italian mods, this is my go-to first try.
Any squonk mods?
I had the dot mod, the Tiffany blue, but I will sell it maybe in a half week.
Don't sell that.
I don't know. I hate box mods. I hate regulated mods and everything that can't be stacked.
Can't be stacked.
Hey, John, here you go.
Oh, okay. I got. Oh, yeah. I've
Oh my
seen those.
God.
Yep.
There you go, Tobias. There you go, right there.
It's so beautiful, isn't it? Every mod from them. And the Intra in this gray option, I had that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like
even
the all gray one, John.
Yeah, that's
They
that
even
one.
have an they even have an RDA with that finish on it.
That is
oh wow.
gorgeous.
Isn't it? Hand filled.
There you go.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
All the resin parts are hand filled with a needle and then screwed up by hand.
Is that the box right there in the
Yeah.
back? That's the box?
Yeah, that's one of the boxes they made.
Good gravy.
Wow.
Look at the drip tip. Look at the drip tip on that thing, man.
Yeah, isn't it?
That
Yeah,
drip tip. I bet you that drip tip's a pound by itself.
Probably.
That's insane. Beautiful
Jesus.
work.
I love this company. Sadly, I even told them, yo, man, when you can switch up the program and make me 2 stacking pieces, $300 each,
Yeah.
and they told me still no, and I was like, why?
Wait a
The
minute.
mod cost,
Go back a
Yeah.
picture, John.
That's Brian,
Yeah.
I think, or Tim. Tim's doing
Here,
it.
whoever.
me.
No, one more. Forward.
Not that one, not
No.
that one.
you
This
mean
one.
the
That one.
box?
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a squonk mod.
I was looking at that
Yeah, when-
RDA. That's a wasp, I think.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's not. That's a.
I have the wasp right here. The wasp is my weight for my space claptons.
The wasp is a great The wasp is a great RDA.
Yeah, I mean, I have the wasp nano, like the really
Yeah.
small one, the
Yeah.
22
Uh,
millimeter.
Yeah, same here. I gotta clean it.
Well, the Wasp came out and nobody really liked it, and then all of a sudden, a year later, everyone wanted it. It's a weird.
Yeah, now everybody's loving the damn thing.
It's
The
got
wasp
good.
was
it's got
like a
good
free gift for me.
Yeah, me too.
Like the wasp, I bought it from GearBest for $8 or something.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, that's a damn small RDA, but for a single coil deck, I
Yeah.
put a 4-core stitched A and 8 reps in it. And I was like, dude, that thing can take some shits in it.
yeah.
It can.
yeah.
It's amazing.
So
I actually want to buy another one.
Yeah, that's still like Brian said that when they sent me that RDA to take pictures for IG, I was like, nobody's gonna want this. Like, what is this? And then they showed me, he sent me the price, and back then it was like $6. I think $6 US. And I was like, you really want me to take pictures of this? I was like, nobody's gonna want this RDA. And I took a couple pictures and nobody really grasped it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good RDA. And then it kind of disappeared for a little bit. And now all of a sudden it's right back. Everybody's like, I want a wasp. I'm like, really?
Right now, at the moment, like that's crazy. After 2 years or so. Damn.
Yeah.
Just imagine how the brand feels like. The brand was like, oh man, that was the biggest mistake we made. After 2 years, I buy 10. And they were like, do we still have the CNC program for that one?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is they didn't, even though it took off in popularity, they didn't raise the price. They kept the price the same.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Still
looking
price
around.
was
It varies.
like-
It varies. It goes for anywhere from $13 up to $20, depending on where you're buying from.
yeah.
I mean, even the drip tips from District 5, they are so beautiful, but even though those cost $35.
More than that,
Germany,
RD, you can
like,
buy 7.
You can buy 4 Wasp Nano RDAs in price for 1 District 5 drip tip.
Yep.
How is the well, we talked about American mods, we talked about Italian mods. How about the stuff coming out of England?
Oh gosh, I had to think of what comes out of England.
Like
mech mod wise.
Oh, Billet. Well, Billet's.
Billet's making a comeback too.
Eden Mods was out there. They shut down though. That's what I showed.
I don't know.
I showed you. They make
I
the
thought for a
RDA.
long time. I thought for a long time that Sub-Ohm Innovations was the England brand because I always the only way to buy Sub-Ohm Innovation Germany was to buy from England page custom vapes. Yeah, custom vapes.
Custom vapes.
And
Yeah.
and they bring you the RDA. That was where my Sub-Zero X. It's a wonderful mod. I love it. Still the feeling. I mean, Sublimation was that kind of brand. It was damn cheap for what you get.
Yeah.
Like compared to other mod brands.
Yeah.
Especially on Mac mods, like the stuff they made for like $100 a mod. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's damn cheap. That's
Yeah.
almost VGOT.
Yeah.
Like, that's almost fucking VGOT.
Yeah. VGOD, I mean, that mech mod that they came out with, the stacked one, it's a pretty good, they got a good button. It's a pretty good mod. If someone was, if someone were to get into, the mech mods but with, I think they were priced at what, like $50, $60, the VGOD mods with the drip,
that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty,
I mean, what I have to say about VGOT, what I still love until this day is the paint job. Like, I never had a bad paint job on my VGOT mods, and how the paint's holding up. Like, it felt on the ground and I was like, there's a dent, but the paint is still there. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
well, who's the
I
other?
don't try to make.
What's his, no, that's US. I forgot. What's the one mech mod that everybody's been buying? That runs about $100 here.
The Dreamer.
Oh God, what is his name?
Maybe the Dreamer. I sold it before 3 days.
It begins with a B, I think, guys.
Yeah, I had a stack
Anybody?
Dreamer, but I was like,
not offhand.
Oh God, I can't remember that guy's name. He's actually, I think he is a Europe. He's an English. He's from England. He's a YouTube reviewer. Broadside, is the Broadside from England?
Is Broadside not more expensive? Like the $200?
Because that's the other mod that we always recommend. I recommend at that $100 price range. Broadside.
I'm not familiar.
Like I only know Broadside mods.
Yeah,
up to 300 euros. So.
Sky Vapes. I forget who makes that.
I think Broadside is US.
Yes, I'm 21. Jesus Christ, man. I got to put my date in. Hold on. I hate writing 1968. I feel so fucking old when I write that number down.
Because you are old.
What was so
they're all sold out.
What was so funny about one page?
Yeah, the Broadside. You guys know which one I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. My headphones came unplugged. There we go. Now I can hear you. Hold on here. Let me see if I can pull the page up. Maybe you'll know what it is when you see it.
It's by BJ Box Mods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That?
Mm-hmm. Is that the Broadside? Yeah, that's just the one that came up in the picture.
Broadside Admiral.
Why that button?
There you go.
Yeah, that's from.
Okay. It looks nice. So this color job looks nice, but why the button?
Yeah, like why not have a bottom firing button?
Yeah.
Some people like.
Oh my gosh.
For the old people, it's for the old people that have arthritis in their hand. They can't push that 25.
Okay.
They can't push that.
Rip their mods weird.
Yeah. They can't push that button.
I was like looking at that. I was looking at that button. I was like, it was triggering my eyes so much. Thinking like, please kill the button until it lays buttons.
Let's see. Yeah, hold on. I got another one. Yeah, that's a US company. I'm sorry. I thought for some reason in my mind, I thought that was a.
Yeah.
Broadside.
How crazy? So cheap?
They are wow, they're on sale for $64.99.
That's cheaper than a Dreamer right now.
Yeah, the Dreamer's the other one. Yeah, there's the.
I had the Dreamer. The Dreamer has a nice hand feel to it. Like I love the curve.
Yeah.
Also What's also really great when you like simple mods like this, check out the NATO mod by Vapors Cloud and
Oh,
Asylum
Vapors
Mods.
Cloud. Yeah. Yeah, we know all about
Because-
Vapors Clouds.
Because the NATO, gosh, man, it's I don't like it because not stackable, but you have like just brass tubing. You put the battery up in here, like you open the top piece up, and the button has this. Wait a sec. Stick
Yeah.
groove to it
Yeah, for your finger. Yeah.
with this ball, and this feels like the dot mods. Like they have that nice curve
That
as
night
well.
curve with the dots. That's what I like about the dots mech mods with that little curve for your finger.
The curve makes everything like that. Makes a Fridays great again.
The best logo, the best logo in the business, right there. Dot mod.
Somebody's asking
mod.
about the Death Wish mech mods.
Oh, the Death Wish mech mods. That's the
I
other.
heard about them. I saw the Devil Twin, and the Devil Twin, it looked nice, but I didn't buy it right now. Like it's not a triple stackable.
Yeah, if you can't put 3 batteries in it, Tobias doesn't want it.
Yeah, the reason for me is like when I vape on a single battery Mac, 0.05 ohms. In 17 minutes, my battery is empty.
Yeah,
17 minutes when I vape like right now all the time. But on a triple stack, 120 watts feel the same like 240. So I only using up my vape in 1.5 days or so. So I go out in the morning, 5 o'clock, put my vape in my pocket, come home 10 o'clock in the evening, and it's still running mid-range of the batteries.
yeah.
One pack of batteries survived the whole vape event, about 7 hours of continuously excessive vaping.
Yeah.
One mod completely.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Yeah. Who's the Facebook user? Who was that? Don't be sorry.
Facebook user?
No.
That was Randall.
Yeah, don't be sorry, Randall. Tobias, he wants power. He wants power in his vapes. He wants 2 or 3 batteries.
It's that series life.
Yeah, series life. He's gonna eventually have a backpack that has all his batteries in it and a cord that runs to a tube, right?
I have my little pouch. It's pretty cheap. You can buy it yourself when you have mods that you love. Shit, my phone switched. Just buy from Dura Gadget. It costs about $18. It's a GoPro box where you can pick and plug the foam pits out.
Yeah.
To make your vape fit perfectly. Mine looks like this right now.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Like everything fits perfectly, and it's damn cheap.
Yeah.
So I have always my little pouch with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you guys haven't had any. You guys are well. This is kind of the year. The summer is usually the time for the vape events, but I'm assuming you guys aren't going to have any vape events this summer.
Yeah.
They canceled everything.
No. But
they can't.
But next year.
Yeah, next year.
It's okay.
Yeah. Let's get. Does anybody have any other questions for Tobias? I don't want to keep you up too much longer, Tobias. I know it's what time there? 4 in the morning now.
6 hours, 7 hours
until 5.
5.
I can make it until 5. That's fine for me. I have holidays.
Holiday. We're like I said,
holidays.
we're all on holiday right now, except for
They're
Tom.
on a holiday.
Except for Tom.
I go back to work tomorrow after 10 days off.
Oh, and Brian's not on a holiday. He's working. Oh, he's a worker.
No, I work full time and then I do all my other vape stuff on the side. So
yeah. Shit. Well, you guys got any questions?
I got nothing.
I'm good. Tobias, I sent you pictures of the motorcycle on Instagram.
Oh, on his Instagram.
You had it already, isn't it? Yeah.
I sent you pictures on Instagram. Yeah.
That is pretty.
I'm staying excited.
He's gonna make it.
Just
next time we see him,
no.
Now you have
only when I see the bending and I can maybe understand it, then maybe, but I don't think so. Like
I think
thought sometimes of making a motorcycle, but nah, I can't do it.
we want to see your next build on an RDA, a Harley Davidson, on sitting on top of the Druga RDA.
And then when you push that button, the engine glows red.
Yeah, and just have the
That would
engine,
be cool.
just have the engine part glow.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
just
That'd be
just
awesome.
imagine when I have a physics, and physics could make some Claptons so wide that the
For the
heat
tires.
transferring from the motor on the tires, it's pushing because of heat energy, and so the tires are rolling.
Now you're getting really technical. Now you're getting really technical.
See, and you could actually just
But-
wick the tires, so like when you push the button, the tires actually smoke too.
Yeah, you can put
Yeah,
some juice on there.
You guys are making this way too complicated.
yeah. Like then connected with a Clapton
Yeah,
to the backside, so some vapor comes out of the backside.
Yeah, it has like an actual tailpipe on it.
that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Actually, I did have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go.
Brian.
So a long-standing debate that we've kind of had a little bit is aliens versus fused Claptons, and which ones are actually, in theory, better.
Good question.
I don't know, like the thing is when you run them MacMod wise and you want low ohms, like they better because we have 3 cores, so also more juice in the coil. Like when you see it on a macro picture, an alien, it has this cruise between the cores, and
Yeah.
also because of that wave, so you have more surface to
Store.
shred liquid, I would say.
More surface area per se.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I like aliens myself, because you get a lot of that juice trapped into those little crevices that's in there. And
Yeah.
it's just a sweet,
Like-
and it brings out a sweeter taste to your juice for me. That's why I like aliens.
Okay.
And see,
This
I'm
is-
just
the
the
only-
opposite. I
this is-
like fused Claptons.
Yeah, this is a beautiful vapable RD coil right there.
That's a vapable coil.
That's a vapable coil. How long did that take you to make?
A half hour or so.
God, I hate you.
God,
A half hour.
I would
20
still be
minutes.
trying to make that damn
Like-
thing.
It's really, you make only to make it in perspective. Like you do the normal Clapton, like the decore for the micro amps 2 times. That takes up a half minute per Clapton, so per decore. Then you make them with your power drill, it takes up 10 minutes incomplete. And then you have to fuse one with gaps because the fuse is so thick it goes over quickly. You cut it in the middle and fuse with the second alien, and then you wrap it, you're done. It's really simple and easy to make.
How
when
did
you
that
can do
vape?
aliens.
How did that vape for you?
Not good. It's just a fat thing, and the thing is, the fuse itself has a lower ohm than the core, so the only thing really glowing with energy, electricity, is the core, and to heat up the fuse itself takes so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So some people think electricity is running through your fuse because it's connected with the deck, but the electricity has nothing to share with the high ohms in the fuse itself.
Yeah.
So it just goes through the core and the rest heats up. That's why Mohawks and Enigmas taste terrible instead of aliens. Because the third core is pushed outwards, so you have less contact to the cotton. And the fuse itself is so wide that it just makes your deck hot and nothing else.
I never thought of it like that, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, just try making an Enigma or having a friend making you a quick Enigma with the same gauge as making the A and compare them. It's like the same technique, a little more thingies on the outside, and everything sucks.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like you can see it on my pictures on IG. Some builds where the fuse from an Enigma is too white on the outside, only are golden, while the core is always blue.
Yeah.
Like that's why only the fuse is heating up, but not by electricity, only by the core.
By the core itself.
Right, like that one there.
No, that's he has to go way up. That was my beginner time as a core, maybe 8 months in or so.
I gotta go
He's
up.
way down there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
way
for
down.
sure, way up.
Yeah, way up.
Man, you got there like in the graveyards of my beginnings.
Yeah. I scrolled way down. It took me like 2 hours to get there. No, I'm kidding. This-
Wait, go
I like
more
that
up.
braided
I'd
one.
say
That's
which one?
beautiful. That's
the
beautiful.
big one, the big braid one.
Yeah, this one.
That one. I do
that-
like that one.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, that was. It's simple. It's when you can do Spanish braids, it's just time consuming as hell. Like it took me like I think 30 hours to do that.
Wow.
Continuous braiding. The end braid, I mean, it looked nice. That was a bracelet for my girlfriend because it was maybe as wide as my RDA and it's 30 millimeters. So
Wow. It'd take me 6 years to make that.
Yeah.
I actually saw that those three on the bottom there. Those actually look like different versions of like a stovetop coil.
Which one right here?
No, up one.
This one?
Yep, those three
Oh yeah.
are like different versions of like a stovetop coil, and they were popular around here for a while. People quit using them, but there's people I knew that were high into those stovetop coils, and they like in essence nowadays they actually acted like a mesh.
Yeah.
It sat on top of the cotton.
I never vaped stovetops.
This is crazy. How do you wick that? No, I'm kidding.
Is that
Yeah,
vapable? Is that vapable?
I wicked that with wire.
That's good.
Yeah,
You can stick a whole bag of cotton in this one.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. It's that new Raya RDA. Nice about that RDA, it's the first RDA with a brand that told me that my name will engraved underneath the deck, and I was like, the fuck?
Oh.
I still have it here. It's awesome. I never vaped it, but I built in it. And that was the first build I put into it. Is
Now that-
what
now that-
Pitchfork?
Now this is insane.
That's vapable. 100%.
Yeah, but you can 100% see only the core sealing up. The electricity don't even thinks about running through the fuse.
Yeah.
And everything is connected.
Everything is connected. That's insane. Oh, there's your alien.
Yes,
There it is.
this is my alien.
There it is. That is insane, Tobias.
That is
And the
incredible.
next picture is the macro of that one. Like I used some Claptons on the jaw and for the bone line
Yeah, that is
in the
insane.
actual face.
That's trippy.
And yeah, it vapes.
Great.
It vapes. It's a vaping alien. Like the only reason why I put cotton in there so it vapes, when people say it is vapable, I can reply, dude, the alien vapes, don't you see?
Yeah.
100% vapable.
Yeah, that's
Haters
beautiful.
gonna
too.
hate.
Yeah.
Oh man. The thing is that coil was a mistake. Like
I'll take
I
that
tried to
mistake.
make another braid and as course using aliens for that braid, and I fucked it up completely. So I had to do something with the loops, and that was what came out.
It's beautiful lit up when you got those all just done just beautifully.
I still have it in here. Wait for size comparison to my fingers. Oh god, it's getting light in Germany. That early, I didn't even know that.
Huh, it's getting dark here.
It's time for look at that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Like,
just put some cotton on top of it and light it up.
Yeah.
It's almost time for your espresso, right?
oh no. Look,
Oh, there it is. There's sunrise.
It's almost time for
Yeah,
some
but I don't
bratwurst and beer.
no, I hate alcohol. I'm more into weed. I hate alcohol.
Weed is your coffee.
Not really. I smoke maybe one time a week.
Yeah.
On the weekends, like right now I have holidays, so I can stretch it out to 2 times. But
Yeah, you can
I have like I didn't even put work into that school because it was so easy for me, and I have all notes together 1.8 incomplete. Just without doing anything, I don't know the word for it. Like everything besides coil building and vaping and the state regulations of it. When I talk in English, it's kind of rough for me to explain because I never use words like this.
No problem.
German problems.
Yeah.
We understand everything you say. It's been pretty good. Your English is amazing. So
Yeah, I took 2 years of German in high school, and I can't still speak a word of it.
Your English is better
Yeah.
than most native speakers' English.
yeah, your English is
The
better than
thing-
Tom's.
The thing is, a lot of English people say that, like, I were in Germany, my German is more bad than your English. And I was like, yeah, but English is a world language and not German. So that's the difference, bro.
Yeah.
At least you have to talk English. When you want to go to holiday somewhere else, you have to talk English.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine in Egypt putting up a German and he only talks German to the Egypt guys.
Yeah. All my cousins in Italy, probably the ones that are more your age, they all speak very good English. I mean, they take in English in school, and their English is really, really good. It's the ones that are like in my age or in their 40s and that didn't take. They don't care. They don't want to speak English. They refuse to.
Okay.
But the younger generation, all my younger cousins that are in their 30s, 30s, 20s, they all speak perfect English. It's amazing.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I have a good friend of mine that.
Yeah, my English is not perfect.
Yeah, I got a good friend of
Neither
mine.
is mine. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I have a good friend of mine that lives in town here. He's actually from the Netherlands, and when we talk, we still have a little bit barrier issues just because of his accent.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Yeah.
but he vapes and I vape, and so we chit chat a lot about that stuff. And he lived in the Netherlands.
Oh,
He was
okay.
back there with his wife for 5 years and then came back again. So I told him if I ever go out that way, I'm bringing him with me. So I got a translator.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny that we're talking like this because I've traveled to a lot of places. I've been to Germany. I didn't stay. I was only passing through in an airport. But
Yeah.
But my cousin,
Probably in Frankfurt, isn't it?
yeah, I was on my way to Spain, so I had to land in Germany and then take a flight over from there.
Do you still know the spot where you're landing in Germany?
God, it's been so long. It was like 5 years ago.
He remembers it. He remembers the girl. He remembers the girl he was meeting in Spain.
Yeah, well, but we don't want to remember her now. So, no, but that's a completely unrelated story. So when my cousin was 21 years old, she wanted to move to France to just try a different type of life. So she wanted to go to France to become a chef. So right there, that's a challenge because in France, cooking is not really. It's more a man's profession, I guess. So at any rate, she was over there for 15 years, and she ended up meeting some sort of semi-famous rock star guy from France and got married. And then we didn't see her for a long time. But mind you, this is a woman that lived in America for 21 years, never spoke another language in her entire life. But she moved to France and she learned French. So after 3 or 4 or 5 years, she came back to America to visit. And she had almost forgotten the English language.
Wow.
Like she forgot English words. So she'd be like, how you say bathroom? Like, yes, you said bathroom your whole entire life, and now she's forgotten those words. So it was
crazy.
Kind of like a twist.
And
I had it a long time with German. Like when I started getting into build-offs and chatting with Andy Vine and just video chatting with other guys, I talk like 6 to 7 to 8 hours a day straight English, and even today sometimes a German word that I really randomly use, I have to ask my girlfriend, this English word in German. What's that again?
Yeah.
Like, can you tell me? And then I can complete my German sentence.
And
Like sometimes.
German's not easy to learn. German's a really hard language to learn.
Yeah, for sure, because of this SCH and CH stuff.
Yeah. I only know how to say Shishikov. That's it. that's all I know.
What is Scheicheklov?
I don't know.
You're not speaking German, John.
No, I don't know. Domkov. That's all I know. Domkov. Shishikov.
Domkov. Domkov.
Yeah.
Idiot, right? Like idiot.
Yeah, dumbhead.
Yeah.
Dumbhead, same thing.
I can say good day, pen, and goodbye.
And you can say no. I'm pretty sure you can say no.
Well, yeah.
Nay.
Nine.
Nine.
And if I remember right, a pen is Kugelschreiber.
Kugelschreiber.
Yeah.
I probably screwed up the pronunciation, but
just a little bit. It was not that bad. I could understand it first try, so it's fine. Like in Germany, a lot of words are just.
All right.
He's going again.
Small bladder.
Yeah,
and
no,
beer.
I
can say beer in German.
I can't say anything in Germany, and I took 2 years of it. I can't say a word. I know more Spanish than I knew German.
I took Spanish in high school. But that's because we were required to take a language.
Yep.
Of some kind.
I was not. They told me I had to take stuff. I said, fuck off. I'm leaving. So
yeah. I was the same kind of guy. There was like, you have to learn Spain or France. And I was like, no, man.
No, I got better things to do.
I tell you, from any kind of school student in any words, like, your marks were perfect until that time where third language came in, or in the American case, the second language.
Mm-hmm.
In Germany, that would be the third, because you have German, English, and then the third one.
Yeah.
Wow, you have to learn 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I only can do 2. I refused.
Yeah, but that's a big difference between American culture and European culture, because European culture, it's encouraged to learn a second and sometimes a third language. Here, you know, it's kind of an ignorant mindset, where it's like
we're a very ignorant country.
Yeah, so I mean, in
high school, we had 3 options. You had French, German, or Italian. That was it.
Spanish.
Why the fuck German?
Yeah.
Why the fuck German?
German.
Where do you need German?
I don't know.
So we had order beer when we visit.
Yeah. And for like the Midwest region
beer?
here, beer.
I mean,
beer.
Yeah, beer in German is beer in English.
Yeah, it's beer.
You go to Germany, everything you have to say is like this.
Yeah.
Beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 beers, please.
You could have easily saved me 2 years in high school.
Yeah.
But like here in Wisconsin, we have a huge German influence. So that was one of our required classes, was some German.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a town called Rhinelander, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
It's named after the Rhine River.
Demographics, right? Because that's where, I mean, typically, I guess the answer would be is that a lot of times when people immigrate from another country to America, they tend to go to an area where their culture already is. So like if Greek people come to America, they'll go to a place where a lot of Greeks reside, Florida or something like that.
Yeah, and where it's more of a climate that they're used to.
Right. Yeah. So that sometimes can be a blessing or a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they, if they come to America and they go to a community where, they can be like where they were, but in America, then they don't really get an opportunity to learn the English language because they can stay within their own community. And that's not a knock on them. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter to me. But that's something that we don't do in America is we don't encourage kids to pick up secondary languages and stuff like that because we're so afforded the ability to be able to go to another country, and then typically everyone has English as a second language.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Sweden.
That's my that was my grandparents, you know, they came from Italy and they moved to a community in Philadelphia that were all Italians for 5, 6, 7 blocks, and they never bothered to learn English. They just, because everywhere they went within that community, they all spoke Italian. It was a problem for them. I mean, but I'm glad I speak Italian, so I'm glad I at least had that in my book, because in Italy they refuse to speak English to you. So if you don't speak Italian to you know what I'm talking about, am I right, Tobias? They won't speak English.
I never been there, but we have the same thing with France. Like France a little bit refused to talk English.
Yep. I was in Rome, and I had to get on the subway to go to I forget where I was going, to Vatican City, and I looked at this guy, and he was a student, so he was about 20, 21, and he had a backpack. You know, he looked like a student. So I asked him, I said, "Hey, which train do I get on to get to Vatican City?" And he just went, no English. And I said, okay. So I told him in Italian, and he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, you speak good Italian in English." He said it to me in English. I go, "You son of a bitch.
I'd have punched him in the face.
You could have helped me. I didn't have to even try to say this in Italian." But after I said it in Italian, he goes, "Oh, your Italian's really good in English," he tells me. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, they refuse. The taxi drivers, the hotel people, all of them,
That's making me never want to visit Italy, John. I don't speak the language, and if they're not going to talk to me for over simple things like how do I get here here, fuck them.
Yeah. Rome is horrible for it.
I'll go hang out in Germany.
Venice was a little bit better. A lot more people spoke English to you in Venice. Milan, same way. The further south you went in Italy, the more English people spoke. So the closer you started getting to Switzerland, the more English you got. More people spoke English.
I'll still go to Germany.
Yeah,
German chocolate's fantastic, man.
Yeah,
just saying.
You go to Germany for the beer.
That too.
Oktoberfest. You got to go in October.
Actually, I think Oktoberfest is in like September.
Yeah.
At least here it is.
All right, Tobias.
I don't know.
We don't want to keep you any longer, Tobias. If you want to get to sleep, no big deal. We appreciate all the time you gave us. So.
Oh no, it's still fine. In half an hour,
I don't want you to fall asleep during a live. Yeah, I don't know.
He's a fucking soldier, man.
He's a soldier.
The beer game is strong.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you don't even know. Sometimes when I was live by End Divine, I was live at 5 or 4 in the morning until 8 or 9.
Yeah, and then pass out for 2 hours.
Oh no, I made the next day through, and I was like, I'm so tired. The next night I will sleep so nice.
Yeah.
Been there.
It's like, I'm still young. I'm 21, so.
Yeah.
Keep up that long is still pretty easy.
So then here's a question then. So is German culture, at least with the youth or in general, I guess, because I was married to a woman from Spain and I spent time in Spain, and there it's completely backwards from here. So say in Spain, they don't go out. They don't go to the clubs until like 11 o'clock at night. And then they don't get home until like 6 in the morning. Where here, everything's done at like 2 in the morning and then you go home. Like nothing's open unless it's McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
So is German culture, or at least like, I guess what you might call the nightlife, are you guys like go out at like 9 o'clock at night and you're home by 2, or do you go out much later and stay out all night?
That's kind. It depends. So like, with me, I never been into a club because I don't drink alcohol. I can't dance, and I have a girlfriend. So what's the point for me to go in a club? I always, when I hang out with my boys, it's when I lived in a child. So I grew up in a child home, and at the night, let's say at 0 o'clock, you open the window, go out there to friends to the next town. We climbed on roofs, some shit, and chilled there with a KFC bucket, a laptop, and a big music box to watch a good movie.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like,
I have a question. What was that time you said?
0 o'clock, which is midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah.
I've never heard it said like that.
Yeah.
I have military.
Yeah, military.
Yeah.
I'm not in the
I
military.
hate
Your military time.
Yeah. My son
Okay.
says 0 o'clock all the time, and when he first started doing it, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Dude?
Right?
Zero
Forgive my ignorant American, but what the fuck?
0 o'clock is the start of the new day.
Is the start of the new day.
Yeah, I keep messing up PM AM. Like that's why I always say like it's 4, half 5 in the morning.
Morning.
Because
right now
maybe
we're at PM.
maybe I say like, yeah, it's PM. Okay, it's always getting dark at your point. No, it's AM. Sorry, every time.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I don't get in with English.
Yeah.
How hard I try, it doesn't work at all.
Yeah. And our slang words, my cousins, when they hear some words coming out of our mouths, they're like, what the hell's that mean? You know? And then for me growing up, I grew up in Philadelphia, so I had a Philadelphia accent. Then I moved to California and I added the Valley kind of slang surfer to my South Philly. It was horrible. Nobody could understand what the hell I was saying.
That hasn't changed.
It hasn't.
When it comes to America, one accent that is so hilarious and I love it: Alabama.
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 You German ass, stupid ass little motherfucker.
I'm going out there, get my damn pickup truck. I'm get my pickup truck. Get my dog.
I ran you over with the wait. One guy, he was a braid guy. He told me one sentence. He was on Alabama, but he can do the accent, but it didn't have. Oh, I forgot one word, so the sentence wouldn't make sense. But it was something with the bag hood.
Yeah,
Alabama's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever
Alabama.
Yeah, if you ever decide to come to America, where would you want to go first? What city would you like
I
to
don't
see?
know. Like I visit
None
my
of them
boyfriend's
right now.
Twisted Mess. Like I would go there. Maybe to the Coil guys. Like I don't know right now where they live. Like Twisted Messes, Homeboy, M-Turk. All
LA.
those guys giving a
LA.
visit.
LA, Los Angeles, California.
M-Turk
All three of them.
And Kirk's in Jersey.
and Twisted Messes is in Kansas. Homeboy's in Vegas. Ain't none of them in California, John. Calm down.
Yeah, you don't go to California.
Yeah.
Homeboy's in California, isn't he?
No, he's in Vegas.
I thought he was.
Last I knew.
I have a story like the greatest guys until now. Homeboy, Twisted Messes. Like the people they think like they're into money making and are not good people. They're so wrong. So Homeboy, I have two stories. Homeboy started wanting to send me the dang RDA, and he wanted to send me 4. So one cost $75, and I got all 4 color variations, plus the premium shipping to Germany that was $120.
Wow.
Then it got refused, and it got lost in Germany. So he sent me 3 again, and paid again $120.
Yeah.
So we almost over 600 right now, and then I had to pay at the import duty $80. He sent me 100, and I can have the restly $20.
Yeah.
He didn't want them anymore.
Wow.
Like Twisted Messes, even crazier. I had some problem with my job center and I didn't have the money and everything. I had some money struggles at that point. And he was saying to me, when I give you $500, so 500 euros, would that help you? And I was like, when I sue my job center 500 euros or you, I can't pay it at the moment. No, not you sue me, nothing. I just give it to you.
Yeah.
And then he found out my PayPal due to Homeboy.
Yeah.
And he just sent it 600 euros.
Oh, nice.
Just like that.
Yeah, very
Like,
nice to help you out. That's awesome.
Greatest guys, man. Greatest guys in company for now. When it comes to coil builders, the mod makers, I don't really know.
You know, yeah. Mod makers are a whole different story.
Yeah. Always liked Squid Dude. He seemed like a pretty down to earth guy, and his YouTube videos were amazing.
Yeah, his YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, man. One guy that I still miss today is Homeboy. Homeboy Josh.
Yeah.
Homeboy Josh. Yeah, he had great videos.
He had great content too.
His Coil Wars videos, they were made with love. And then every fucking time I was a Coil beginner at that time, I was like, man, how it would to be one day to be in Coil Wars. I was streaming at that point, still making my first alien. And then I watched for a double helix a tutorial at Homeboy at the end of each Coil Wars video. It was great.
Yeah.
And then he just disappeared from anywhere. Like,
yeah, he had some great camera work. His camera work was just unbelievable, man. Where he placed his cameras, and I mean, he let you see every single little tiny detail that he was doing on his videos. It was amazing.
The other one that did that, not to that scale, was a Sample Box member, and he just disappeared one day.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to come and do a YouTube tutorial for us. Yeah, he disappeared too. Maybe it's just something with Coil guys. They just got to disappear for a couple of years and then come back.
Yeah, I had many Coil guys in, like, let's say my Coil time that I had, they just quit, or from one day to another, everything was great. Yeah, man, I'm gone. Goodbye. Yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And you try to reach out to them, and you can't because none of the information is accurate anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta imagine for some people, the market gets so saturated. Unless you're actually going to be able to make, have an advantage or make some headway doing it, I'm sure it probably gets frustrating for people. They're just like, it's too much to keep trying, so they just kind of slink back into their own personal worlds, or life situations change.
Yeah, Kelsey was awesome. She is awesome. Coil builder. And she just stopped too.
Yep.
And she had some great. I can't remember her IG name.
Vape Nurse.
Vape Nurse. That's right.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that comes from a certain place, though, because you gotta. I mean, you might, you on a personal level, you vape and you make your own coils or whatever. But if you're going to put yourself on a public platform like that, you really have to have sort of a passion for something. You have to really it has to come from within. So, I mean, maybe that's what happens is they kind of lose that fire for wanting to do it. And they're like, fuck it. I don't know. I'm not there. So.
Or if they just become annoyed with people saying
Kelsey.
That's vapeable?
Yeah, Kelsey. Yeah, she made some really good looking coils herself. And they're all vape. They were vapeable. They're all vapeable.
That's so rare to see. That sounds so sexy.
That is a beautiful coil.
In the vape industry, you have really rarely woman coil builders, and especially women that make vape content not related to show half their tits and ass.
Right.
You get even close to the 10K followers.
Yeah.
Right.
I always think
I like that rose.
You do a safe. Wait, which rose?
Yeah, that one.
Oh wait, hold up. Hold it on the. Oh man, why can't my phone? No. I made the screenshot. I have an idea. I make that tomorrow.
You make it tomorrow.
She actually made it so glow too. If you look at the bottom right picture.
Yeah, she made the middle just glow. Yeah.
Yeah, that is just beautiful.
Crazy. I have to think of something.
Yeah, she's a great builder.
Don't be putting more ideas in his head. He's got a motorcycle to build.
He's got to make that motorcycle work. It's gonna have to vape. It's gonna have to vape. The smoke is gonna vapor's gonna come out.
So
maybe. Right now I have a bigger project.
There she is.
She quit doing shit in 2017.
Yeah.
She was a social media director for Zamplebox for a while too.
She started the new Facebook page. She's the number one. Group. Yeah, she's the number one admin.
I'll be right back.
She created the page. Yeah. Yeah, she made beautiful coils. She had great camera skills too. Very good camera skills. Yep. Those mohawks. I don't see anybody make any more mohawks, huh? Kind of died out. Have you made any mohawks?
He left.
Oh, he left? Oh, he went to go check it out. He went to go check out her page.
No, he's like gone. So he probably went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to get her on again. Yeah. She's been really busy. Oh, there you are. Oh, okay.
Told you. He went to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just something to drink.
Yeah, I got to get her back on and get her back on the page so she could do it. But she she made some beautiful coils. That's a lot of work right there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bending that she does.
Yeah.
Oh no! What did she do to her finger?
What's that?
A little bit more up.
Other way.
No, up. Yeah,
right
that
there.
finger picture.
No, go back up, John. Scroll back up.
One more row.
One more, right there. Boom, her finger.
The finger.
Right
oh, her finger. Yeah.
Oh.
That's from a burnt bar.
Ouch.
That hurt. That's gonna leave a mark.
See
maybe
that
that's why she quit.
That made her quit.
The baddest mistake I ever had like this. I was so frustrated at making. I had the challenge to make a 10 hump Enigma because I did the 8 one.
Yeah.
And it took me 27 tries, and then I rage quitted. I have a really high temperament when it comes to coils, and then I wanted to snap that fuse, but an AM fuse is nice serrated, so I cut through completely until my bone. It was it was gosh.
That's crazy.
Right now when I rage quit, I punch my lamp. Like I have a really funny video knockouting my lamp. I tell you, when you need a desk lamp, every one of you send me a message on IG. I sent you the video. This lamp cost $20 and it survived a big punch completely flowing through my window. And it still works today. It still works today. This lamp is incredible.
I'm not prone to hitting things as much as shooting things, so
yeah, the American thing. Gosh, one time in my life I shoot a 50 cal and I dislocated my arm while shooting that 50 cal.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first gun I ever shooted. So
yeah,
a 50 cal on your first go around.
That's a hell of a first choice.
I was gonna say that, not even like a revolver.
No, that's
a 50 cal.
I'm gonna go to the big boy.
I had one guy in my child home, and his father was U.S. military in Germany, so he had all the guns there, and he invited me for a shooting for one thing, and then he just gave me the 50 cal. For fun, and then it ended up in hospital because I dislocated my right shoulder.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. It was great, but dude,
go ahead.
I tell you, the 50 cals, I would do it again. It was nice.
Yeah.
Next time, lay down behind it.
That's like taking a noob vape who's never vaped before and then giving him like a mech mod.
Yeah.
A triple stack mech mod.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to beginners, there is no right time to start into mech mod because a box mod doesn't say you anything a mech mod does. Let's say when you start vaping for 2 weeks and you have a regulated mod, your mod tells you when the battery is empty, what ohms you have, what wattage you have, and you can correct that. When you have regulated mods 1 year long, it's still the same. A Mac mod is every time like you have to get into it. Like a beginner can totally start with a Mac mod. Everyone has this fear to kill their batteries.
Yeah,
that's not so much the fear of killing batteries. It's more of they fuck up and blow up their face.
I mean, what can you do wrong? Like you have a hybrid connection, so your minus or plus can be on the top side in 99% of all Mac mods. And then you have your RDA, and the coils doesn't have to touch the deck. Then you have VTC 5A Sony batteries. And I tell you, even for me as a coil builder, it's damn hard to make a vapable coil in a 24mm deck that comes down to 0.024 ohms. It's incredibly hard. So a beginner can't do that for sure for 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say
100.
Yeah, I would say most beginners that are you already have the learning curve out of the gate, right? Because most beginners aren't going to really be able to kind of grasp the concept of installing a coil and setting it, getting it right. I mean, that's going to be a big learning curve out of the gate. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, they could. Like, let's just say that process. I mean, and with a lot of RDAs nowadays, the process is much easier than it used to be.
Yeah, not the screw type thing. Like when you have to wrap around the screw and then tighten up.
the old post decks.
Yeah.
But given that scenario, most of those people aren't going to be making their own coils, right? They're going to just go buy some kit coils or something like that. And in
Demon killers.
Yeah, which those you're never going to reach low resistances like you're talking about, like 0.024. That's low. That's low.
Damn low.
Yeah. I mean, most people are going to be, I mean, even in sets, most of them are going to average over 1 ohm anyway, and maybe you might get one that falls below, depending on if you're using a combined set. So I think he's right in the sense that the margin for error is
this old deck. I don't know if you can see that deck, that old deck. Oh no, my light's off.
It's too bright with your light.
Yeah, turn your light off, old man.
Hey. What?
It looks like he needs a better camera.
That too.
No, my cameras. I'm using a different camera because I got all my lights off. But the 3-post, the old 3-post.
Yep. Yeah, like the old tugboats and stuff.
Oh, I tell you what I can't understand. Like these days, there are companies still out there selling a 3-post for over $100.
Yeah.
Not like
they still make 3-posts. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, still the comp life deck is since I think 4 years the same and still costs $80. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't pay it for my comp life RDA. I just switched a sponsored mod kit to it. Like I didn't pay anything for it. And I was like, okay, then I'm fine because dude, the price for that is.
Yeah.
There's so many new things out there, revelations of decks, and then someone comes by with an $80 2-post deck of $100 3-post, and I'm like, are you damn serious about that?
Is that
again?
I forgot I had my sports background on. John, that's awesome, John. You just started making your own coils last week. Good job, man. I know a lot of people. Yep, stick it out, keep doing it, pay attention to what you're doing. You know, build to your batteries.
Is he still in here?
Yeah.
The 1 week coil guy?
Yeah.
A good tip when you're still trying, like how I started coil building, mainly just use wound wire, a thick wire, so you get into wrapping something. And until you get to the more wider builds, the wrapping gets easier and easier because the wider the coil, the easier is it to not fuck it up and bring it around. So a good state is start with normal Clapton, a normal handheld drill. You don't even need swivels for Mohawks. Look up Squid Dude with, I think, Homeboy was it, Alien tutorial. They do it without swivels with hand. I learned it myself, and it's damn easy to do it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe use 36 gauge as a fuse because it bends nicely and doesn't have as much tension to flop around all over the place.
You're right.
Start with the Clapton, then fuse Clapton, then Aeon. And you have the complete basics for everything.
He's using 24 and 26 right now.
24 and 26.
24, 20.
So he's building. He's just building single strand coils right now, which is good.
Yeah, that's a great spot to start.
I know normal for 26, like 4 or 5 wraps on both sides for your dual coil.
Yeah, and the 20 with the 24 gauge, 3 millimeter, 7 wraps, that should get you a 0.2.
Yeah, 26 gauge. I think 4 wraps, 5 wraps is like a 0.15 ish or so.
Yeah. Yeah, 24 gauge.
I remember my first.
Yeah, 24 gauge on a 3 millimeter screwdriver. I think it's 7 wraps. Dual coil should get you a 0.2, 0.18, 0.2, somewhere right in there. 24 gauge.
Right.
Yeah. That's my standard build. That's what I use that all the time. And sometimes I'll space them. And it's a great vape for me. A space 24 gauge, 7 wraps.
That is a nice.
It's a good vape.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's a great way to start building. And then once you start getting a little more comfortable, I mean, Claptons are really not that hard to make. They're not really that hard.
You learn them. I would say when he starts right now trying to make a Clapton, it will take him 3 tries, and then he has a perfect Clapton.
Right.
3 tries. When he looked the Alien video from Squid Dude, he needs maybe 4 tries to make his first Alien with 36 gauge fuse.
Yeah,
4 tries, he has it for sure.
Well,
like my first Clapton I ever built.
Go ahead.
My first Clapton I ever built was, I think, 26 fuse and 20 gauge the core.
Yeah.
Like that was my first Clapton and also fuse Clapton, and it was horrible. It penetrates your finger.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
There's an easier way to make Claptons too, if you don't have a drill and all that, is get the dataless coil jig, which has the little battery drill, and you just set everything up. And
that's a great little kit.
I use that. I've used that numerous times, and I get better results with that than I do by hand.
I learned with my first Clapton I did was the core was a 24 gauge and fused with, I think it was 38 gauge, and I did 6 inches at a time. So just to practice. So I would take 6 inches in the drill, and I would just practice until I got it the right speed, the right tension. And then I started doing bigger, 10 inches, 11 inches to the point where I started making, 3-foot Clapton coil by hand on my table. So, but I started out about 6 inches. I would cut like 6 inches of 24 gauge wire. I'd feed it through my drill, and then I would fuse it with 38 gauge, because 38 gauge is pretty manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys now are using 40 gauge. I mean, that shit is so thin. It's so hard.
I hate
the
working with 40
wire
gauge.
I have here, like I have a kind of rarity here. Even when I would show it, my camera right now is so bad you can't even see it on a 25x. I got sent it by the guy from Mass Mods.
Yeah,
it is a 62 gauge spool.
Oh,
I
God.
never saw it. Even when you look it up right now on eBay, anywhere, you maybe find 56 for $80, 600 feet.
Yeah,
like that's a damn rare wire. I think it's from 1930s.
Yeah,
Nichrome. I don't even know why they needed 62 gauge in the 1930s.
How do you even see wire that small?
That's even thinner than hair.
I have only one accomplishment with it. A 1 centimeter perfect Clapton. 1 centimeter.
1 centimeter.
Because it ripped because of the spool weight. It just ripped because of the spool weight. How you had to fuse it, hold your finger out like this and use the tension of the wire to guide it with, like you have to prep your finger for it.
Yeah.
Like use some sandpaper and sandpaper your finger like 1 month, so you get a thick skin after a while. And because of that thick skin, you can put a razor blade, a small one, to make the smallest cut, let's say, of a 38 gauge. So you have a groove where you can guide that wire.
Yeah.
Because even with my loop lenses, I couldn't see the fuse.
Yeah.
Even then, so it was just blind fusing and hoping the microscopic lens of a friend of mine if the Clapton is nice.
He's getting ready to try parallels. Yeah, that's how I learned too. I did parallels for a while.
Oh, parallels suck at the first time. Parallels suck so hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just imagine when they're collapsing into each other and you're like, oh man, or they twist around. One wire has a little bit more tension than the other. I still hate them today.
Well, I did the standard coils first, and then I just started twisting wire together. I started twisting 26 and 28 gauge wire together to do a twisted wire build, and they were fine because that was big. Like 6-7 years ago, I would take 28 gauge or 26 gauge and just I would take about 13 inches of it, put them together, tie them together, put my drill in there and put my screwdriver on the other end and just twist them together and then wrap a coil. I don't know if you probably, that's way beyond.
Take it one step further, John. After you twist it, hammer it so it's flat on two sides, then make your coil.
Yeah, you can flatten it. Yeah. I have a zipper coil. You've seen a zipper coil. I'm sure you made a zipper.
Yeah, the zipper coil is dope. Like it has a really elegant look to it. I made a lot of them. Like even with fuses, like fuse something nice, and oh gosh, how can I pronounce it for non-coil builders? When you know what a staggerton is.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have a staggerton, but your fuse is a parallel fuse out of micro Clapton zipper coils.
Oh wow.
So it is probably 3 months down there, and every time it looks so awesome, mesmerizing. Like it tricks with your eye for sure. But I have a challenge for our holster, Smile King.
Yeah,
like
John.
it's so simple, but at the end it looks like you're the pro coil builder, 007 agent. You just do 2 basic Claptons of individual length. It doesn't have to be a certain length. You twist those Claptons. Then you take the thinnest wire you have at home and just make it really long and twist it with your drill until you have a twisted wire. And then you just helix fuse that into the groove of that twisted Clapton. Install that and you look like a coil king.
I'm gonna do that now.
It's damn simple. It's damn simple, but at the end you have a high-end coil that the basic coil builder doesn't build.
Yeah.
It's easy as that. And then you're in the coil game at my range. I doesn't do anything else, like instead of doing some scalps.
I'm gonna charge my batteries on my drill tonight.
You can try it. It will take you. How fast goes your drill?
I have a good drill. It's a cordless drill. I don't know what RPMs it is, but it's a good drill. It's a Makita.
Yeah, let's say. Okay, let's say it's 4,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
The whole coil will take you probably, when you can do the Claptons with full speed, 20 minutes. Like the longest part for you will be standing there holding the drill for the thinnest wire to twist.
Yeah.
Like that's the longest part. The rest
I can make a Clapton with my eyes closed, so I don't have any problem making Claptons. I can make.
I wouldn't try it.
I can make.
You're lucky.
I can make 3 feet. No, I can make 3 feet of Clapton coils within about 5-10 minutes. I have a jig too. I have a jig, so.
Like we can do when you guys want one day when we all have fun making one coil together or something. We make a game of coil. Yeah. Like everyone takes his drill out and someone of you gives the coil. Like let's say someone says make a round wire coil. Everyone makes it. The guy that can't make it gets a letter. And I have to do it blind. That would be fair and would be fun for the community to see. I mean, I I mean, I did an alien wire blind, so also it could work.
Yeah. I think you'd beat all four of us.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, but it would be funny. Like it would be
Yeah.
a little challenge. Everyone gets fun about coil builders.
You know
It's
what?
excited for the community.
Yeah, you know what we could do one of these next times that you come back on? Maybe you could just do a real quick Clapton. Just do one with your camera. We can try to set it up with your phone, and just kind of show everybody how quickly you can do a Clapton, or even I don't know what another simple fuse Clapton, something like that.
Yeah,
Try
the simple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that'd
mean,
be
I do aliens. I do
Yeah.
aliens the last days. I
Yeah.
can do a quick alien and
Yeah.
a Clapton for sure.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Well, our show is done. We're 2 hours. We don't go more than 2 hours. But,
Wow.
Because some of us are old.
yeah. Well, Tobias,
There's two of them.
Tobias has been up all night. He's been up all night. I want to
Can you
thank
give me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you give me maybe a date when you maybe have time again, so we
Yeah,
can figure that out?
Yeah, we'll set that up. We'll set it up, and we'll have it. We'll have you come back on, and you can show everybody how you do it and how you set up and stuff like that. It'll be awesome. I think a lot of people.
Yeah.
would really
Do you know when? Maybe?
whenever you're available, you tell me when you're available, and we'll do it.
Yeah. Now I have holidays, so when you tell me this date, I just write it down. So
Oh, okay. Maybe what I don't know. Can you come back on next Wednesday, or before that?
do you know which date that is?
Next Wednesday would be the first.
Third?
The
First,
first.
Yeah,
Alright.
it could be fine. Like in the night, it would be again. So
Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
I get my marks at that day, so
Actually,
that's perfect.
I'll do something even better for you. We can do next Monday, and we'll do it at an earlier time for you. So this way you're not up at 3:00 in the morning. How's that?
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just write me then on Instagram. I write down my ideas right now for it, so I don't forget it, because I always have to write down my ideas.
Yeah. So we'll set that up. I'll email you tomorrow, and we'll work out a time that's better for you. So I really appreciate you taking your time, and it's crazy that you're up. It's it's 5 or
No.
6.
That's
5
not
a.m.
hard work for me. I mean, you still see I'm still awake as fuck. So
Yeah. Well,
I mean, look out of my window.
it's daytime.
It's going on time for breakfast.
Yeah. All right, Tobias.
I will eat something right now.
I'll email you tomorrow with the time. We'll set up a time for you, and we'll do it in the afternoon. So people, it's afternoon for you and kind of morning for us, or we'll figure it out.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Thank
We
you.
do something for sure.
Yeah. Thank you again, Tobias. You guys can say goodbyes to Tobias.
Thank you, Tobias.
Thank you, Tobias, for everything. We'll see you again, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
guys.
for sure.
We'll see you guys
Have a
later.
good one.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you again, everybody. Peace out. We're not going to do
Peace.
goodbyes because Tom's just going to copy Tim. So
Yeah.
no goodbyes today.
Hey, I didn't copy Tim last time. Shut up.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
Later.
Good night,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.